Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal. Got Cameron and Denise here tonight. How are you? Both are you doing?
Doing great. Lucky to make it back in time today. So,
I'm I'm here.
what's
Yeah.
wrong, Cameron?
You don't want to know.
Okay,
It's,
then we'll just let it go.
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I don't think our viewers would appreciate a. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk later.
Yeah. We'll
After
talk
after
after.
after I'll send
Uh,
you after the show. I'm gonna go lay down
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
I've already taken my medications. I'm gonna be going to La La Land really quick today.
Well, if you need to go
Well-
early, just let us know.
Right. If you fall asleep and start snoring, well, I know what to do.
Start firing off guns. Oh, is today the day?
That's right. That's right.
I got a feeling it's going to be around the next couple months.
Right. I know some of the big news out in the paranormal is this deal with Waverly Hills. Everybody, we got to save Waverly Hills for the paranormal. Not what this non-for-profit group is wanting to do to it, because I guess they're wanting to change it into condos.
Condos? So they're
Yes.
in it for money.
Yeah, they're in it for the money.
So are they wanting to tear down the building and make it into condos? Or
No, they're wanting to more
renovate?
of like a bed and breakfast, but condos and things like that. I believe that's how it is. Hello,
That's
Ruth.
horrible.
Hello, Vincent.
I have to say that's horrible, especially in that residential neighborhood and golf course. You know,
Uh-huh.
if you've never been there, you don't know that it's kind of hidden. You really can't see it from the road at all.
Well, that's the problem we have with today's society. Everybody's buying these big companies, and all these people are looking at ways to make money. And everybody, rent stuff out, rent stuff out. Don't get me wrong. It's a great idea, but too many people have made it into a business and they buy out houses left and right. So the housing market is just skyrocketing. So anything that comes up for sale, they're jumping on it and renting it out. I mean, my rent is $2,000 a month compared to $1,600 when we started. It
Right.
jumped $400 in a year, and it's going to go up again in January. So we stop letting everybody buy this shit. Don't sell to a company. Sell to a person. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
People do that too. I mean,
Cameron,
that's what Ron did. He
what's
used to
bad
buy
about
the-
this is these two people own Waverly Hills. They started a non-for-profit and leased Waverly Hills to the non-for-profit for $1 a year. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Then this non-for-profit decided they wanted to do more with it. Ernie and them decided they didn't. And the non-for-profit voted Ernie and them off the board. The owners of Waverly Hills.
When is
Right?
their
It
lease up?
shouldn't be. It shouldn't be allowed like that. If you own the property, they may be able to kick you off the board, but it's not like they can just say, "Yeah, we're making this decision."
Yeah,
If
it
you
is
own-
because they leased the entire building to the non-for-profit for
Did-
$1. That means they have total control.
Yeah, but that's
they
only
don't.
leasing
But they
it.
don't own the property, and their
Right.
lease is up when, or did they give them a lifetime lease?
Lifetime lease.
They can fight that lifetime lease because of the
You
fact
ought to
that
seen the other day, of course, we did a deal on Things Network for Help Save Waverly Hills. They showed the paperwork that's filed with the court. It is like that thick.
Oh no.
Yeah. They've even got restraining orders on the owners. They can't be allowed into the building.
See, it's still a lease, though. If you have the paperwork,
That's right.
and the majority of companies that lease anything have paperwork stating you may rent the company or the property or the house,
Mhm.
whatever, but we are allowed in at any given point in time. And if they sign that paperwork, that restraining order is null and void because
Right.
it predates.
But you got to remember when all this first started, Ernie and them were the head of the non-for-profit, so they didn't worry about that, right? They didn't think nothing about that. Well, then The other people in the board decided, oh, we'll vote them out, and then we can do anything we want and take total control of Waverly Hills.
This has been
Right.
a long con.
Yeah,
Without
this has been this has only happened in the last 2 year.
Well, it sounds like they got in, got comfortable, gained trust, got the lease going so they could
Right.
have it rolling. And then once they gave the lifetime lease and didn't have paperwork or contracts or anything that they could take to court readily, they're like, okay, get the hell out. Huh?
That is just so much bullshit.
It is. I mean, see, and the biggest part about the way I understand it is the rest of the people in the non-for-profit don't believe in the paranormal, so they don't want any investigations done there.
Just, you know what?
And that's the moneymaker of the whole business.
The thing is when you lease, regardless, they can renege on that lease at any time.
Mm-hmm.
They can just say, hey, we've gone in a different direction and we're not doing this anymore. They have every right to change their mind.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I thought.
on
But
it.
according to this paperwork and going into court and what they're filing, they don't.
Maybe Kentucky, the Commonwealth of Kentucky is different.
It must be. Oh, we just lost Cameron.
That's okay.
Okay.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he will.
He's like that bad penny. It just
Hey.
keeps coming back.
Well, it's something for him too. And there he is. He's back.
This is what I get for trying to get comfortable.
Hey, that's all right.
I get
I figured this is something too you'd be interested in because not only does it deal with paranormal, but it's taken away from somebody's rights that own the property
Yeah.
and everything. I mean, this is something that
this is
everybody
why
needs to talk about.
This is why I hate states with squatter laws.
Mm-hmm.
If a squatter's in your house longer than a certain time frame, they're entitled to that property just like you are.
Right.
No, the hell they're not. They never paid bills. They never did this. I saw a video where a couple had found them in their basement and they boarded the basement shut.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly legal. It's their home. It's their property. The cops refused to do anything. Let them starve to death. You want to take advantage of somebody else? If I found somebody squatting on property I ever owned, I'm calling 811, not 911.
Nick could probably come on here and tell you more about what's going on with Waverly because he knows quite a bit about it.
No, he always knows quite a bit about everything.
I know.
Paranormal.
Hey, Nick, would you be interested in coming on the show? And because we're discussing Waverly Hills and what's going on and how we can help and to save it. So
and surprise, we're talking about the paranormal.
Yeah, we're talking paranormal tonight, people, on Things Network and the Bill of Rights Network.
I'm still talking violence.
I know.
Well,
People like to say violence is never the question. You're right. It's never the question. It's the answer. And it can solve a lot of problems very quickly.
Okay, Nick, I'll send you a link.
One of the things, Cameron, is if somebody came and squatted in my house, you want to know what they're entitled to?
Jack shit.
A bullet.
Yeah.
Man, you seem like you're real comfortable here. Yeah, I've been here for this amount of time. You can't kick me out anymore. I'm gonna kick you out in the first place.
Actually in Kansas, I think I can. So, especially in the small town of Lewisburg where it's conservative run.
State of Texas, any trespassers in your property.
So, yeah, as long as they land on my property, when I shoot, I win.
Certain states have different laws, though. Like Texas, I can't just shoot somebody for trespassing. They actually have to be in the house.
Over the threshold.
Over the threshold in the main living property. Doesn't mean if I had a detached car garage, I couldn't shoot them there because that's not the residency. That's where the cars and all the other stuff goes. However, there is a clause that if they are doing anything else illegal on your property, then it's fair game. Because now they're trespassing and committing another crime at the same time. So
in your case, if you were married and you had a detached garage, it could actually be living quarters.
Hi, Jules.
Just saying.
Why'd you shoot him in the garage? That's where I sleep.
Hey, that's where he was at.
5 out of the 7 days a week. I was in there last.
You put a bed in there and you got it made,
Exactly, because all it says is it has to be where somebody lives. So if you put a cot in an air conditioner, it's a living space.
Or heat, in the case of Kansas and Missouri.
Yeah, or heat for y'all, AC for the South. But
right.
You have to make it habitable, meaning it has to be comfortable to live in, which by Texas law is going to throw in, has to have air conditioning, needs a bed. That cot is a bed, is it not?
Add a microwave, add your beer fridge, and you got it made.
That's
there
right.
You go.
So
that's
like
right.
I said, you can live anywhere.
Oh, you can. You can live in a tent.
Hi, Lucian. Hi, Julie. Hi, Vincent, Nick, Ruth, and is it Mickey or Morty? Let's see. I want to make sure I get it right.
Morty.
Donna.
Mort.
Hi, Donna. Mort.
Mort.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, a lot of new names there.
Y'all are seeing a lot more.
Yeah,
names.
Nick will be on here in a little bit. I just sent him the link. But yeah, it's crazy over there. I mean, Cameron, if you want to know more, you can go pull up a browser and go to savewaverlyhills.com. And that tells you everything that's going on over on this place.
I mean, there's also a really quick solution where nobody wins.
Oh, I know.
Napalm.
There may not be enough lighter fluid.
I'm just saying. The property
How big is Waverly Hills?
It's 5 floors and a basement.
Okay, Nick. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Nick's at a different house right now, so he's just setting up his laptop.
So
it's how many square feet?
I don't know how many square feet it is. I just know it's 5 floors and a basement.
Because I don't know about.
When I drove up to it, it made my car look tiny. So it is huge.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm petty like that where napalm will fix my problem. If I can't have my property back, well,
nobody's going
to have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be
kids, but my property, yeah.
Right. See all the money they're raising, they're trying to raise the money to help Ernie and them with their legal fees. Because these other people have got all kinds of money.
The bad part about Kentucky is that it is really expensive to fight anything in Kentucky. And they drag it out forever and ever. And my mom used to work for a lawyer.
That's how every lawyer does it.
My sister used to work for a lawyer. So my mom was actually on the grand jury in Pike County. So like I said, I know a lot of the crap that goes on in Kentucky. Mm-hmm. The Commonwealth is a little bit odd. It depends on who's running the county at the time as to how long it takes. So Louisville is let's go with, it's not a favorite color of mine.
Right.
There's a lot of colleges there, so
yeah,
their leadership is much more liberal than conservative.
Exactly.
But in Kentucky, the only reason that their last governor, the last Democrat governor they had won was, and I think he's Democrat now, was all the colleges. It was Frankfurt, Louisville, Lexington.
It's because all these college kids, that's one thing I can't understand with schooling. You get to teach your bias in school.
No. They did not do that when I was going to school. I mean, if they did.
It's changed a lot.
Oh, I know. Because you want to know what school district I went to the schools in Maryland. Nancy Pelosi went to those same schools a little bit earlier than me. I go with a lot earlier because I think she's in her 70s. I'm not that old.
She's in her 80s.
80s? Okay, well, she did it a long, long time before me.
Right.
But our schools, you would have thought with being a Democrat state, a Democrat city, that they would have been shoving everything down our throats. Maybe they were just so sure that there weren't any Republicans in those schools that they just didn't give a crap. Didn't make a difference. It's like California. California, you can be Republican all you want. It makes no difference when you vote.
Nope.
So Maryland was the same way until recently. Now they have a Republican governor, and he's still not Republican.
Yeah, but that's the problem I have with schools. They're able to teach whatever the hell they want. I'm going to school for math and science, STEM, and they're going to talk about women's rights and Black Lives Matter and Antifa. I don't give a shit about any of that.
Exactly.
Just teach me what I'm here to learn. I paid thousands of dollars for this, so they're getting taught biased bullcrap when you shouldn't be teaching any bias. And honestly, they should start getting into politics in high school, teaching them left and right, and both sides with their flaws and their upsides, each side. This side has constantly promised this and comes short. This side's constantly promised this and has never done it. This side has
they're not going to do that, but I wish they would teach political science with no bias.
Right.
Oh, that won't happen.
Exactly.
No, it isn't going to happen because those political science majors, unlike Kat, okay, Kat was a political science major. She is libertarian. No, yeah, she's a libertarian. And, they go with their heart, which is fine. But, when I look at this, they should be non-biased when they're teaching, period.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the fact that those children are so impressionable.
Oh, exactly.
We already know that they're going home and telling their parents, I can call the cops on you if you touch me.
Right.
So I can't agree with athletes and stars being able to talk about their bias as openly as they do. You have too much platform. Compared to somebody like us, we can talk about our bias all day long. Couple hundred people versus a couple million people.
Right.
And then they don't teach the bias. And then these kids hear all these promises. We're going to pay for your college. We're going to pay for your debt. We're going to help you out and do this. It doesn't work that way.
No.
Even the tax money that they have taken to pay for your college has gone to foreign countries, billions of dollars after billions of dollars, constantly held. The last bill they tried to push was something like 30,000 pages, took them several weeks to go through, and found $5.2 trillion of money going to other countries, not America.
Yeah. And the thing is what about those people like me and Ron who have paid back or paying back our student loans? We are the 1% of the people that actually paid them back during the 0%. We kept paying the whole time.
Right.
So when everybody else gets back to paying, their loans didn't go up, but they didn't go down.
Right.
And when the interest comes back, guess what? That interest is compounded daily, if not minutely.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
Well, what about the ones that are forgiving all that debt on?
No,
no. That's what they say that. Telling everybody to get a vote.
Yeah, they run on that. But you know what?
They don't even mention it. Once they get in there, they don't say a damn word.
Mm-mm. And the other thing is they run the interest rates.
What's up, boys?
So they own.
Not much.
How you feeling, Carl? You sound better.
Oh, I feel a lot better.
You sound pretty good.
Yeah.
So Sally Mae or Department of Education, Navient, whoever they are this week. Yeah. Somebody bought my loan, so it'll be a new name in February. It just keeps changing. But no, they're never going to pay that back or pay it off because of the fact they owe these banks that carry the student loans.
$1.7 trillion.
$1.7 trillion.
Student loans is on the books right now.
Yeah. You know they're not going to give up that interest.
They just talked about that
That
today.
interest is anywhere from 1.7
trillion.
1.1% to 10%.
Right.
You can rack up hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt, but you cannot get a loan for a house or a loan for a personal business. That's where they establish our value. Yeah. You can't have a company because that still makes you independent. You can't have a house because that means we're going to make less money off of you because we can't tax you for paying your rent, and we can't tax that renter for collecting your rent and renting out this house for you.
Actually, they can get some from the renter.
No,
they get that on the mortgage.
No, I'm saying if they were to give you a home loan, they couldn't get that money from you if you cut out a renter and your taxes
they still get you. They still get you on homeowners taxes.
Yeah, they're going to screw the homeowners still.
We just got screwed over. We just paid the bill.
But
we voted no on the student crap here.
But what I'm saying is,
it didn't go through.
If they deny people a home loan, they can still charge the renter and the person that is renting the home. Whereas if you give the home loan, you cut out that renter and you're taxing the homeowner. Yeah. So they don't want to give people home loans because it adds up to more money because there's more bodies involved with collect. It takes 2 people to rent a house nowadays, working over 40 hours a day or a week trying to get by. And that's not the average salary for Americans is $31,133. And I make about that right now. Yep. And I'm telling you, even with one other person in my house, I am getting by paycheck to paycheck.
Yep. I understand. You want to know what our rent was when we first got married?
It'll piss me off on it.
$125 a month.
Yep.
It was for a trailer in Blytheville, Arkansas. We weren't married yet. But then when we moved to our first apartment, it was $200 and some odd a month. And it didn't cover our electric. Didn't cover our electric. And so when we bought our first house, our first house payment was $550 a month. No, it was $500 a month. It was $550 when we moved out. And that was after 11 years in Kansas City, Missouri. Mm-hmm. My old house that we paid $550 a month for now rents for over $1,000. It is a crappy neighborhood. It's an 1,100 square foot house with a partial storage room. There's no basement, storage room, and 1.5 baths, 3 bedrooms, and I'm seeing it for rent out there for about $1,000 a month.
Yep.
Here in Texas, 2-bedroom house, 1.5 bath, $1,400 a month. Doesn't sound too bad. 14, I can do that, but it's about the same size, like 1,100 square feet. So still small as hell. Problem is, there are bars on every single window, bars on the front and back door, and a gated driveway. That should tell you about the neighborhood you're going to.
Oh, yeah. I've lived in some really crappy places, you know. The apartment my mom brought me home to way back when in 1965 with a view of the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, okay? $25 a month. So in 1980, they sold that apartment building for $1 with the intention you had to put $10,000 in a year. Well, back in 1980, $10,000 was probably closer to about $50,000.
Yeah.
Now. And so that was it. They did all this. They upscaled the whole area. What happened in the last few years? Back to BLM, back to Antifa. That area is now, it was a slum. It was slummy when I was born. It's slummy now. And these places, this apartment that I lived in for $25 a month ended up being upscaled so much that it ended up being $1,500 a month before the last 2 years.
Yep. And people wonder, why isn't your generation having kids? Why isn't your generation getting married and settling down and traveling? Because we can't afford it, Jack. Mm-hmm. I know I'm trying to watch my language a little bit. Still, we can't afford to live right now. We are stuck working over 40 hours a week and going home and sitting here going, I love my life.
Yeah.
Because we can't travel. We can't afford to go to movies regularly. We're barely able to afford groceries half the time. We can't afford to date because, you know, as a guy, I was raised, you pay for your date. It's not in the budget. So you wonder why we're not getting married. Everything has skyrocketed on the market. Everything. Penicillin has increased 1,700% since it was created. Since it has been created, not a damn thing has changed about penicillin or I think it's either penicillin or for diabetics. Insulin. One of those. But nothing has changed on that crap for decades.
Well, it's not insulin. Insulin went way up in price.
Right.
No,
and
I'm
what
saying that's
happened
what
to
I'm
that?
saying is nothing has changed for the compound, the formula, nothing. But the
Right.
price has shot through the roof.
During
Right.
the
That's-
Trump
it's like
administration,
that
they got
for
that to where it
everything.
was reasonable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
during Trump, they got
And
it down
Biden
to
goes-
what was it, 40 or 50 bucks.
A month, yeah. And it's
And
still,
soon
now
as
it's
Biden took over, it jumped to $700 to $800 for the same thing.
Right.
Yep.
Because he undid what Trump did.
I know.
He's a
If
lying
you
sack of
think the
shit.
government is out for your betterment and cares about you,
Mm-mm.
you are stop drinking the Kool-Aid.
Well, that's
Because
the thing.
everything, look at milk, look at gas prices. And I
Milk
can
is
understand
fine
gas
here.
prices a little bit. It's gone up about $2 down here already. Gas prices, I understand, reflect of the market. However, why is my company so busy from the oil industry? And that usually means if the oil industry is busy as hell, gas prices are down because we have enough fuel. Not in this case. Gas prices are not reflecting the same demand.
Yeah.
So gas prices have shot up. Housing markets adjusted. My brother's house, he bought it for $165,000 back in 2006. Right now, his house is $250,000.
Well, I think ours was worth $7 when we bought it, and it's worth $300 now.
Yeah.
So, but
Not
I'm
right now.
gonna give you an example of something
Not in the condition
From-
it is now.
from Thanksgiving. Okay,
It
on
needs some work.
for Thanksgiving, I paid $1.59 a pound for my turkey.
Mm-hmm.
This turkey I had to pay $2.99 a pound for. Last year, I paid $1.39 a pound for that same turkey. So I'm only having one turkey this year for Christmas because of that.
I don't blame you.
So,
I've seen a lot of videos come up where farmers are being either told or demanded to destroy their products so that the market looks like it's crumbling, like food's not coming through. Truckers are refusing to go to different states. Shipping ships are refusing to come to ports, all because of our current administration.
Right. We have it up here where it's hard for us to get trucks in to deliver to the restaurant. We're relying on local grocery stores right now on a lot of our stuff.
And they don't
that's
think we
horrible because you're not getting stuff at wholesale. You're getting
I
it
know.
at retail.
Right. And that's what's tearing us up.
Yeah,
The price is going to tear us up. However, it's going to look a lot more funny to the government because, well, why are people still getting groceries and we aren't getting our money? Because we're going back to little mom and pop shops that work from home and really don't care about supporting you.
Right. Right.
Hey,
Anyway,
Nick.
Cameron, this is Nick Moulet down here at the bottom. Cameron, Nick, this is Cameron up over on that corner up there.
Nick looks
and
more like a
stuff.
shadow figure right now.
Welcome to the show, Nick. Can you hear
What's
us?
going on, guys?
Oh, okay, good. We were talking earlier about Waverly Hills and the situation going on. You know, we did that deal over the weekend, raising money for it and everything. I know you know a lot more about Waverly Hills. Me and Denise was discussing that. If you could tell our listeners and tell exactly, I know the owners of it aren't allowed to do anything there now, and this non-for-profit that they created took over.
How did they do
Right.
Yes,
What he's talking
I think
about.
that's
So-
correct.
If you can tell us a little bit more and fill us in, that would be great.
Sure. Before I do tell you guys, I am having some connection issues. So if I do kind of freeze up and stuff, I might have to go on my phone.
Okay.
So just wanted to let you guys know. So I already got the link ready. Hang on 1 second. Just want to make sure we're still running so I could hear you guys.
Yeah, you are.
So you guys can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so from what's happening right now, and I'm still actually trying to process it myself. So, in fact, actually, before I came on, I had to rewatch one of the videos so I can, get a little refreshment on what's going on. But the original owners of Waverly Hills Sanatorium, Charles and Tina Mattingly, they're the original owners of the house. They bought it now 20 years ago, back in 2001, and they made what Waverly is today. Basically not only one of our favorite haunted locations to ever investigate, but one of the most notorious. But I don't know exactly how long this did. How long? I know it happened recently, but they had a nonprofit organization that came in, and over time, the nonprofit organization. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're good, Nick.
Okay, just want to make sure it was slowing down on my side.
Okay.
The nonprofit organization, they started voting certain members out, and then these other folks kind of came in and took over the position. So they basically became like this one entity, and they voted Tina out, and then not long after that, they voted Charlie out. Now, you guys have to understand, Charlie and Tina, 20 years of work.
Right.
They put 20 years of work in this. They put their blood, sweat, and tears, and the money that they used to fix up this place, that was not from federal funds or anything like,
Right.
government-wise. That came from their own
Somebody
pockets.
would be dying.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically, it was not only.
Hey,
just,
Ron, you ready to
eventually
go on a fishing trip?
investigation. Wait, what?
I asked
Go ahead.
Ron if he wants to go on a fishing trip.
Yeah.
Somebody would be going fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, so,
Wait a minute, what's going
the
on?
main
I
point
see
is that.
We take care
So
of
the
people
main
like
point
that.
about what's
The
going on is that it's
old-fashioned
not
way.
So the main point is what's going on is that it's not even just only a place that we've investigated. This was basically Tina and Charlie's home. I mean, for the 20 years, especially that Charlie had put in, it was their living quarter. That was their house, and the fact that they had been practically kicked out of their house after everything that they put in. I mean, I think we actually had Charlie on during that whole marathon we had on Saturday.
Right.
So he really explained a lot, not only just about what's going on now, but when he first bought the place. And I'll be honest, some people were actually quite touched by his story. And if that wasn't far enough, because not only had they been kicked out, the nonprofit organization, they decided to put a lawsuit on these people because they thought, they weren't doing the best way I could say is that they didn't do the right things of, making this building safe when in fact they were.
Right.
Because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't have been able to get into Waverly at all after all these years. So now they're trying, and then if that wasn't enough, they also said, well, if you give the building to us, we'll drop the lawsuit. But they're not going to stand down to that. I mean, Charlie is somebody who would not do something like that. If they gave the building up to them, not only would they lose their home, obviously, they lose the building, and who knows what the building could be used next for? Because
Right.
we don't know exactly, but we've already came up with different, it could. From what I've heard recently from Ernie and Denise Pack, among some of the people who've been working with Charlie and Tina, they've already turned in parts of the rooms into offices already.
Yeah.
So it's like they're already starting to rearrange parts of the building.
But wait, it's not safe to be there.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you on the other side.
They're
You froze
saying,
there for a second.
Yeah, hold on. But they're saying it's not safe to be there. So how is it safe for them to go ahead and convert everything to offices? Yet it's not safe for them to be there. We're going to sue you so that way you hand over the property so we can make it safe. They're becoming hypocrites because if it was not safe to be there, they themselves would not do anything to that property until it was revamped. Whereas now that they have modified things and started changing things around in a court of law, that is highly suspicious because you yourself said it's not safe, but you're in there working and operating and constantly changing things. Why are you in there if you and making changes instead of improvements? Because at this point in time, you're contradicting yourself, and any lawyer, any good lawyer right there would shut their argument down and say the same thing I just did and say, if that was really the case, then you wouldn't be there. Now, because of this, your lawsuit is debunked. That's all it would take. I mean, that's a 5-second conversation that
right. I'm sure they probably had that conversation in the past. Previously, but this nonprofit organization, they're not standing down. They're not standing up. I mean, Ernie and Denise Pack have practically said the best thing these people could do is drop this lawsuit of their own and just walk away. That's all. That's the best thing they could do, but they're not going to do that.
No.
They don't seem to realize. Take them for everything they're worth. Everything. You want to call yourself a non-profit and then turn around and screw somebody that's owned this for 2 decades? You are not a nonprofit. You obviously do not care about anything. Because if you really cared and you were a genuine nonprofit, you would continue to work side by side with the owners. Whereas in this case, you have decided to shoot the owners in the foot, kick them out. Now you're shooting yourself in the foot. I can't wait for this. I hate corrupt nonprofits.
Right. And that's just what it sounds like.
Anything.
Corrupt.
Yeah.
Right.
Bunch of bullies.
Now, Cameron, unfortunately, I couldn't hear half of the stuff that he just said because, again, it's my connection I have. Like I said, I'm at a different house right now, but I definitely – the things I did hear from you, though, I pretty much understand, and I agree with you. You know, it's just still a very horrible thing that these guys are doing. So that's why, and I'm spreading the word for this for everyone, so everyone can find out. If anyone wants to sign the petition or if they want to make a donation, go to SaveWaverlyHills.com. That's the only official, along with the Facebook page. Those are the only pages where that's the actual organization that's our organization. That's what we're trying to save. If you go on to the official web, WaverlyHills.com, do not give any money over there because that is where the nonprofit organization is taken. You're then giving money to the ones that are trying to beat us. So only go to SaveWaverlyHills.com or on the Facebook page. And if anybody donates $25, they get a Waverly Hills t-shirt. Ernie and Denise will probably message you about that if you're a friend of theirs on Facebook. I donated myself. So, everybody's been chipping in to save this beloved haunted location we have.
Yeah, it's quite the deal. And the picture you have behind you right now, Nick, that's Waverly Hills, isn't it?
All right, what was that last part again? You froze it for a second on my side.
Your virtual deal on the back, that's Waverly Hills, right?
Hold on 1 second.
Your background picture.
Yeah, what about it?
That's Waverly Hills, isn't it?
Hold on.
Is that Waverly Hills? I believe it is. That shows you how big.
Yeah, it is of Waverly Hills. You know what? I'm going to do this actually. Give me 1 second here. I apologize, guys. Again,
that's
my
all
connection's
right.
really being a problem.
That's all right.
I'm going to play the video through my phone, so if I can't hear you guys through this, I can hear it from the phone instead.
That's Waverly Hills right there, Cameron.
Oh, that's correct. Yes, that's Waverly.
Look how big it is.
Oh, it's huge.
And they're trying to take that away from the original owners.
Because if you revamped it and turned it into condominiums, apartments,
it's billions.
Townhomes, easily.
Yeah.
I'd like to live there. That's a nice place.
Yeah.
It'd be for profit.
It's a really nice place.
Yeah, then it would be a for-profit.
Yeah. Big profit.
Mm-hmm. That's why they're trying. They've
Democrat profit.
Yeah, they've gone under the guise of a nonprofit organization, slumped their way in, got nice and friendly, and then turned around and trying to rip out the property underneath the owners so that because they know how much it's worth if you were to reconstruct it. Because that property, even over 30 years or however long that's been there, one, it's still standing. Two, it would be considered a historical mark, so they can vamp prices up for that alone. It's all concrete and brick. So, and solid wood, which if you don't know solid wood, like oak, pine, mahogany, everything like that, the prices are ridiculous right now as well.
Right.
So a little bit of sandpaper and elbow grease, have a inspector come out, look at it real quick, boom.
Well, see if this, Cameron, if this non-for-profit gets it and takes it away, they get to apply for all this federal money that's available to redo the historical landmark.
Exactly.
The original owners have never, ever used any government money. They've done it all themselves.
That's because they're smart and doesn't want the government getting their hands in anything they shouldn't have their hands in.
Right.
And where that's located.
Guys, I'll be back in just a second. I'm going to try to go through my
Nick.
phone, so I'll be back.
Okay, Nick.
I don't mean to be cutting you guys off. I'll be back
That's all
in
right.
just a second.
Okay.
And where that's located, I guarantee you the congressperson is a Democrat.
Oh, yeah.
All I got to do is feed a little money.
Yep.
Give them a little cut. They're in like Flynn.
Oh, I know. It's something else. But yeah, it's a bad situation there. Now you understand what we're talking about. Look how big that building is.
Oh,
and
it's
for
huge.
20 years, the owners have been doing everything their own. Every time they had an investigation, that money went in to fixing the building up.
Yeah, it's just down the road a little bit, a few miles from Churchill Downs.
180,000 square feet.
Yeah.
180,000. 180,000 square feet.
Oh, it's big.
And Cameron, it's been on television on paranormal shows like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's everybody's bucket list somewhere down the line.
It was ours years and years ago, but then they
yeah, Rosie, we could do that.
The rates are so jacked up that it's over $1,000. You got to take what, 10? No, about 1,500, I think. Take about 10 or 12 people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're not the only group that's there. You could have 20 other paranormal groups. I know the place is big, but you know what? I don't want to investigate with 20-something paranormal groups on a Saturday night.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm not getting my money's worth.
Exactly.
Hell, in 1983, the hospital sold for $3 million alone. That's 40, 50 years ago now. We've seen they counted on Jefferson to buy around 140 acres from them as well. So you're sitting on at least 140 acres with a 180,000 square foot house that sold back in the 80s for $3 million.
Right.
Today,
they bought it in 2000.
Gonna take Churchill Downs over too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just down the street. Why not?
Exactly. I mean,
go for it all.
But that just goes to show you, if you've got a business and you're ready to start a non-for-profit, you got to watch it. Because all it takes is other people in that non-for-profit to vote you out, and you're done. You're completely done, even as an owner, if you've got it leased to them.
Yeah.
That's what's the sad part about this. The owners can't do anything. That's why it's threatening to go to court. And just like I said, the non-for-profit said that they would drop everything if they would just sign it over to them. So.
Well, they know they don't have the money to go lawyer for lawyer with them.
No. But see, there again, your non-for-profit, we'll bring it back up in here. Your non-for-profit, they are not supposed to use that money in the non-for-profit for law.
Right.
But depends on who the people are. You could have lawyers, you could have doctors, you could have, hard telling.
It's scumbags that doing this. Money grubbers.
This is why I say we need to bring back tar and feathers.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's an inhumane treatment.
Is that after we take them fishing or?
Yeah.
No, that's before the fishing trip.
Well, this is something that's going to. It won't make mainstream media news,
No.
but all over the
Well,
paranormal
Louisville
news
it is.
stations, all over the paranormal things and things network and everything, we will hear exactly what goes on in court.
Yep.
And it starts Wednesday.
Rosie
That's
Page. Rosie Page, I like your comment. There are doers of good and doers of bad. And in order to stop that doer of bad, it takes a doer of good willing to do something bad.
Right.
You get a kick out of Rosie. She's got a show on Things Network over there, and she's a vet.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's got the same mindset I do.
Yeah.
Where she live?
I'm
Oh,
not for
Millie.
sure where Rosie
I can't
lives.
see the chat. Denise did something. She like private chat or something.
Right. Rosie's from Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
She's in between us, Cameron.
Yeah, she's
Got
just
lots
in
of
the
relatives there.
okay state.
The Arkansas border. Yeah.
Yep.
Why would you
Awesome.
make your state's phrase be just about being okay? Like, yeah, every other state's great and everything, but here in Oklahoma, we're just okay.
Yeah, they're just okay.
Had much to drink today?
They're just okay, but they kick Texas's butt every year in football.
I don't care about any of my sports. I don't care about sports in general when they got too political. And by political, I mean taking
That's
the
true.
knee continuously. I frowned upon any athlete. You make millions of dollars, do stupid crap all the
Yeah,
time.
Rosie.
Yeah, a lot of that's backed off.
Get away with it.
Exactly.
Go back, play your game because it's too much money. You've got enough money to buy off a good lawyer and throw the judge a little something, get some tickets. Athletes need to shut the hell up, play the game. And I miss when baseball would fine you $10,000 if you refuse to stand for the national anthem. That is not a sports game where the majority of your paying customers are going to be from a more right-leaning side.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're throwing away money at this point in time. So you do you, boo-boo, but I'm not watching it on TV, YouTube, bars. I don't care.
No.
Although we could always go be like hockey, and if you refuse to listen, we just beat the crap out of you. You gonna stand up for this? No, I'm showing my allegiance.
Folks,
Wrong
if you want to hear more from Cameron and me, you can tune in on Friday nights at 6 p.m. for the Second Amendment Ranch show, where we really get into more of this.
Millie, that's not what I was talking about.
I know,
Holy
but
crap.
yeah.
Okay. I was.
Ooh, you ruffled feathers there, brother.
I was talking about the gentlemen that are trying to take a knee to show their Black Lives Matter Antifa protest side in the middle of. I'm not talking about those that can't. How?
Oh, Kaepernick, he's an idiot. That guy's he's a dumbass.
He's the one that started all of it.
He started all that
He's
crap.
entitled. He's oppressed.
Oh yeah, real oppressed. Raised by a rich white family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor baby.
Change the subject. Okay.
I
We
think
will get
you
back.
took what I just said down the wrong rabbit hole.
Oh, he did. But Nick should be jumping back on here for some more information on Waverly. But yeah, as Cameron showed you the pics. Speak of the devil, there he is.
The court case you said starts next Wednesday?
No, I think it starts tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Damn, Nick, your hair's got long.
Yeah, it has been.
So anyway, we were discussing that.
Rosie says tomorrow.
Yeah, Rosie says tomorrow. Yeah, Rosie, she was the biggest part of this big pair event we had over the weekend, talking about how to save
All right,
Waverly
hold on, Millie.
Hills.
He said next Wednesday. I don't know any of this, so you calling somebody a dumbass here is unappreciated.
Charlie is a fighting spirit. Yes, Charlie's going to be there to fight everything. 22nd of December. Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's when the first they'll go in and see what if the judge will do anything. Nick's not glitching.
Sounds like opening. Yeah, he's just completely
He's
shut
frozen. Yeah.
down.
He's just froze now.
Carl's not wrong. He's not glitching.
He just froze. Nick, if you can hear us, you're froze.
Can you understand what I'm saying? Nope, there he goes.
No, I removed him and put him back.
No, he's still frozen down there.
He's frozen.
Oh, tomorrow is your 9th wedding anniversary. Awesome, Millie.
My brother has the best anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
But he got married on 2 nationally celebrated holidays. The only reason I can remember it is because it's National Pie Day. And for the gentlemen that know what the other portion of that national holiday is, they're a real big fan of that day too.
Thanks, Rosie.
Air 404 control.
What day is Pi Day? I have
March 13th.
Oh.
3.14. I love pie.
March
Love pie.
13th, huh?
14th.
We got married on Memorial Weekend. Our reason behind that is because we thought, well, we're working. We might have that weekend off.
Right. That's all right, Millie. We'll let you get angry at Cameron.
That's just because I'm not going to continue that one.
No.
I'm not supposed to ruffle feathers on this show. You come over to
on the Second Amendment Ranch, that's a different story.
On the Second Amendment Ranch, I'm going to ruffle feathers all night long.
Yeah. So make sure you check us out on Friday nights.
Okay, I'm in the right chat now. Here we go.
Are you? Oh,
yeah,
you found it?
Yeah, I found it.
Oh,
Which,
okay.
for those of you who don't know, the Second Amendment Ranch, the last episode, somebody from our Twitch came in last second when we were shutting down. And I'm really, really hoping they come back this Friday. I really am.
And remember, Friday's Christmas Eve.
Crap! Next Friday. I have to wait to go and bust somebody's balls. This is some baby back bullcrap.
He'll get
That
him on
was
New
cool.
Year's Eve is what he's going to do.
Yeah, when Carl's nice and toasty.
Yeah.
I've tried to get Carl drunk. He wouldn't let it happen.
Mm-mm.
But he says it's New Year's. Nope.
New
Sorry.
Year's different. So
Nice top, though, Cam. Yeah.
Nick's playing around with the virtual background.
I have to be nice. This is Carl's friends and show, and I have to watch my language a lot more, and I get all.
Well, we're also on another network.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. But when we're on our own Bill of Rights network in the Second Amendment Ranch show, everything's fair. Hey, we got our YouTube going again.
But if something comes to be a misunderstanding and somebody gets angry, it's a different story. I'm still playing nice, just passive aggressive.
So, Nick, do you think we helped raise enough money to help them with their fight on this?
Well, yeah, I know. Thanks, Chance. I appreciate that.
I saw it pop up. I'm like, oh, he does. Oh, no. Let me just put this up for everybody to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick.
That was pretty funny. Thanks, Chance. I appreciate it. So to answer your question, Carl, we haven't really fully raised enough money yet, but we have already raised. Last time I've heard, we've raised about $4,000 so far.
Oh, okay,
So
good. That's a good start.
we are almost, we are a quarter of the way through. I mean, I heard supposedly I think we need to raise $10,000, but I don't know if that's the official price.
Right.
But if it is, I mean, by the time we get to 5,000, we'll be halfway there.
Right. Exactly.
But this is going to be something that's going to be lasting for. This will be something that will be lasting for a period of months. In fact, I actually wanted to ask you guys. I haven't made this an announcement yet in the Things Network chat, but now there's no date for this just yet. We're still putting this together. We have to wait, obviously, till after winter break because it's actually going to be out of school. We might be having a special small paracon that might be happening at Carl Schurz High School. It's one of the oldest operating high schools we have here in Chicago, but it does have a reputation of being haunted. We've done investigations there. We've done a few paracons there, and we're going to try to do something like this again sometime in late January or early February.
Oh, okay.
So hang on one second. Can you guys hear me? I can see you guys are frozen on my side again.
You said Chicago?
We're not froze.
February?
I've gone to
Hang
Chicago
on, guys. I'm having
once,
I haven't been there
guys,
in a little while. But
let me switch browsers. I'm going to try to do this next. Hang on. I have one more
have to
idea
go
to get a
live.
better connection. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
I would never go back to Chicago.
Nope.
Nope, not now.
Maybe.
Not now.
I went
since
back-
Especially in January or February.
when everybody's
That's
got
going to be
no guns
cool.
up there.
I mean, nobody legal has guns up there.
Well, I got Trump supporters beating you up at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh.
Because the government's not paying people to go assault other. Yeah, no, that's another conspiracy meant for a different show.
Share this out to all your. Oh, okay. So Denise had to run and get Ruby. I understand. No
She
problem.
had it on private chat, so I didn't.
That's all right. Hey,
I wasn't seeing it, so
Ron, you're always welcome on here.
I'm always late. I always got stuff to do.
Hey, that's all right. Got to take care of the grandbabies, though. I understand that.
Well, I got a daughter that can't do crap, so.
Yeah, I know that too. And the worst thing about it, they got 2 little bitty ones.
Yeah. And a dog. They just got.
I know. I
puppy
talked to
last night,
Denise.
like they needed
that
it.
was the worst thing they could have got.
Yep. They just do one stupid thing after another.
Well, it's like I told Denise. I said, puppies have sharp teeth.
Yeah.
What's it going to do if Ruby gets mad?
He's mean. He can get mean with it.
Yeah, that little thing's going to tear him up.
Carl, go ahead and check the private chat real quick.
Uh-oh.
Ow.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I do too, Millie. Especially when they're covered in A1 or barbecue sauce.
Hey, Millie's over there. I wonder if she knows Luke or Larson. I know.
Now that
Your medicine hadn't kicked in yet, Cameron.
Nope.
in my kid's case, the puppy's fine. It's the idiot owners of the puppy.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
What kind of puppy is it anyway?
Ooh,
Millie.
Corgi or
Oh, a
Corgi?
Corky.
Corgi,
Yeah.
something like that.
A corky.
Quirky. Something like that. Kind of. Where'd you go?
Get him.
What's the bag?
That's for him.
Carl, they're starting a rabbit hole that I want to jump down.
Nope, can't do it.
Wow.
Can't do it.
No, I'm not saying no, not to stay the night.
Come on, that's 2 people in a row talking about my favorite thing in the world.
What, guns?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even here.
We're talking about everything.
Oh, it's Nick's jumping in and out, and he's having problems with computer, and he's going to try to get on his phone. But
Millie hates
chat room is getting really, yeah.
Yes, I did say
What's on
her house or the house that they.
Oh no!
But it's an old farmhouse. So
Where's
one of the
Ruby?
It's not in a bad way. There's nothing, no demonic stuff.
Didn't have to get
fine. It's just people that lived there years ago. It's good.
They just murdered their whole family.
Yeah.
No.
You kicked me out? No, Millie, we haven't kicked you out yet.
No. Yes.
We wouldn't do that.
I don't know how to do that.
I'm trying to keep him under a leash right at the moment.
Yeah.
Hi, Irene.
So one of the
Good to
things
see
we
you,
talked
Irene.
about before the show.
Hi, Ruby.
Hi, Ruby. Yeah, he just knocked over one of his toys.
Oh,
One of the things we talked about before the show was that I was changing up my shows to
yeah.
become more, let's see, topic
You
based.
want to get anyone to listen?
Well, during Christmas, you'd hardly ever get on podcasts, get people to listen live.
Right.
You're lucky to get 2 or 3. And then I couldn't even do an event last night because Facebook said I was in the wrong time zone. That I was trying to set the show up in the past for 7 p.m. last night.
See, attacking me is not the smart idea because Carl can only keep me back for so long.
Really?
So,
What did you say, Cameron?
She doesn't like guns and she loves animals, and all I said is I do too with barbecue sauce and A1.
well, you're talking animals that you're supposed to hunt. You're not talking cats and dogs
No.
or anything that's somebody's pet.
True. Well,
True.
some people still have baby cows as pets and baby pigs and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you're not going to go kill their baby pig.
No, I'm not going to go out of my way to kill somebody's
No.
pet.
You want the what? Go home.
Actually, probably needs a bottle. But
Don't pull that over.
okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Go ahead and act like an idiot.
Yeah, it's Christmas time, folks.
He flops
See,
his
the
self on the
majority of
floor
y'all,
and starts banging his own head. I don't know what.
the
Oh,
majority of y'all love Christmas in this time of year. I do not.
Do you want this?
some of us do, and some of us
And Millie, I still didn't say anything that was anywhere near offensive.
Oh no! Wait until you hear him on the Second Amendment Ranch.
She's
Then
not
it gets
gonna,
offensive.
she's
Where's-
not going to come over and watch.
She's
I'm-
an
Oh, yeah, she will.
environmentalist.
You are personally invited to the Second Amendment Ranch.
Where's
Show
Millie
on the
live
Bill of
again?
the UK,
UK.
Oh, UK.
where she says they have proper laws.
That's all right. We
Right.
got Irene from Japan in here.
Right.
I still need to go find Irene's post
Well-
about her house. I know she said she put it up for us, and I
If
still
we
haven't
had
did.
done
proper gun laws, we'd be speaking British.
You said
Yes.
barbecue and sauce. Hey,
it. And what's wrong with barbecue sauce?
I barbecue all the time and smoke
They
meat up
don't
here.
know.
So what
That's
the hell?
literally
Hilarious.
his job.
Not very good.
No. But anyway, that going on.
We like barbecue sauce.
So here's Nick back again.
For the, what, 4th or 5th time?
Environmentalist,
Yeah.
is that a fancy word for liberal?
There you are.
This is why I love having Ron around.
Why? 'Cause I don't hold back.
I have to, because I'm technically the co-host.
Oh, we talk to
Oh.
Irene all the time.
Yeah, Irene's cool. I like her. Who's Chantel?
And
Where's she at?
Chantel's from South Africa.
Oh,
Awesome.
really?
We got South Africa. We got the UK. We got Japan. We're
Yep,
all over the
yep.
world tonight. Awesome.
You
So
know what, Nick? If you did away with your green screen, you might not lose. We might not lose you so much.
I'm going to try that next. I mean, I'm running out of options, so I'll give that a try.
yeah, the background slows your computer down. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I think we got it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
There we go.
hold on. Time out. Can anybody tell me what that means?
I have no idea.
No, I've seen that before. That's been showing up in a lot of our shows. I still don't know what that means, but most likely it's probably just spam.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's from YouTube.
Kelia, I hope I pronounced that right. If you can explain what that means, that would be greatly appreciated.
That's probably why they want you to go to that stupid site.
Exactly, Millie. Same thing here.
Oh, 36
And what you
minutes.
call normal meat and what we call normal meat might be different in the UK. I smoke a lot of deer meat, beef, chicken, pork, fish.
Here you go. Vietnam Academy of Water Resources.
Nah, that's just one of the acronyms.
Yeah.
That
Here's
ain't
this. This is
It
it's video game stuff.
That's
Yeah,
video.
that's exactly right, Irene.
That's junk.
So, yeah, Irene, and Irene, their culture has a lot of very interesting foods. I am a huge fan.
Oh yeah,
of a lot of what they make. I'm fat for a reason, guys. I'm a foodie.
That's right, Irene, and so do I. I love deer meat. So anyway, Nick, let's get back a little bit more on this Waverly Hills and stuff. Yeah, I know we did a lot over the weekend. Hopefully we get to do more of that once in a while to help them raise money.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about this. That's why we're putting together. Well, not necessarily, but that's what I was talking about. Like, for example, the school event this Paracon we're trying to do at the school. And as my dad was coming up with the idea of wanting to make this Paracon, I thought, well, how interesting would it be if we somehow got the network involved? It would be the first time ever you guys would be featured on the big screen, because Schurz High School has a whole auditorium that it's huge. I mean, and we thought, so I get a message eventually in the chat, but I guess my question to you guys is, how interested would you guys be if you guys wanted to participate? It would be for all members of the Things Network.
Oh, I'd be all in on it.
Where's the school at?
It's out in Chicago. It's called Carl Schurz High School. It's actually the first time that we're going back to that school in a few years, because for at least about 3, maybe 4 years from now, well, actually, no, about 3 years ago, because we were there back in 2018. We were really not allowed back in the school, because how we got access was for 2 reasons. One, there was a paranormal club that was going on with some of the kids that were there. Of course, those kids have left, but I think the club is still there. And the principal that we had was very open-minded and believed in a lot of this stuff. Well, unfortunately, he had to be moved to a different school. They brought in another principal who was no nonsense, didn't want us there. And then all of a sudden, we get a message from a few weeks ago. I don't know if it's the same principal or not, but they're like, hey, whatever happened to that paranormal group that used to come out over here and investigate our school? So it started out as an event, and then we decided we were going to start off as an investigation, then turn it into an event. And again, now officially getting the network involved, but also now hearing about what we're trying to get more donations for Waverly. That would be perfect. Even though it would not be a huge group, it would still reach out to a lot of the Chicago investigators.
Millie has had something I'm kind of jealous of, because I haven't had shark yet, and I've heard it's pretty good.
It is good.
It depends on the shark.
Okay.
But Irene, I'll go ahead and pass on anything with poisonous or venomous in it, unless it's rattlesnake.
Yeah, it's got to be
because fish are a whole different monster. Rattlesnake, as long as you cut behind the poison glands, you're good to go, and it's not hard to do that. But any fish that has poisonous or venomous in it, you have to prepare that right.
Right.
I like to be alive a little bit, so
Just a little.
just a little bit.
Oh, you don't want us to investigate you yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
You'll know it's me, I promise.
So Nick,
Oh, I'm sure.
we would be interested from a distance
Spain.
because of the,
yeah.
the weather.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
It sucks.
but like
well,
you
like I
said,
said,
you're gonna
right now
have
we don't even have a day yet for this yet. All I know is that
Right.
it's going to be sometime in late January or early February. But like I said, it would be on StreamYard for something like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you'd
We'll-
have
we'll
it up
be
on a
involved.
big screen, right? Have it up on a big screen.
yeah, because it's like a giant theater they have. And you know what's cool about Schurz? I mean, even though it's a high school, they use it because of its historical significance, being one of the oldest operating high schools in Chicago. They use it for other stuff. So that's how we've been able to get Paracons and other, horror film events at that school.
Right.
So
right.
Obviously an event like this would be like pretty much no exception. They want
How
us
long-
back. It's
How long's the school been closed?
I don't think it is closed.
Mm-mm.
Or is it still open?
Is the school still operating as a school?
Yeah, it's still operating as a school, but they
okay.
use it again for other things. Like in addition to cons, they've used them for, like city events. They've used them for meetings. They've used them. I mean, it's probably even used for filming locations. So it's been used for a lot of things because, again, of its historical significance.
Right. Right.
Chantel, I haven't had crocodile, but I live right next to Louisiana, and
Yeah,
gator
dude.
is very, very, very
Pretty
common.
similar.
Crocodile's a little bit saltier
A little gamier.
Yeah.
because it's more in salt water.
I like that saying. If you bite it and you die, it's poisonous.
But what
if
if I
it
bite
bites you and you die, it's venomous.
But what if I bite myself and it dies?
That's true.
Then you're badass. That's what it is.
I'm not Chuck Norris.
So Dover Paratech, tonight's topic has been
Everything.
multiple things, but we're going to go with, we were talking about saving Waverly Hills.
Yeah.
And we're also talking about a bunch of other things. If you guys have any questions and that you want to put in the chat, please do. And we will answer those questions. Nick, just keep us informed on when this event is so that we can all make sure that we're around to be on the calendar to watch.
Right. So
Sure.
we can get it out and be part of it. Yeah, that would be no problem.
Is it going to be like a
Squid
telethon
is
kind
delicious.
of thing? Is that what you're wanting to do? Like a telethon thing?
It'll probably be something like that. I mean, of course, it would. See, what's interesting is that it would be at probably sometime, obviously, on a Saturday evening. Now, I don't know if you guys ever got word. Usually, every Saturday night is when we do our investigations. That's why we never have any shows on Saturday. But because we haven't gotten started with that yet, we actually decided that if we're going to start those up, if we start up with those again, we start off with this kind of similar parathon, if you will.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, Dover, the reason I taste bad is because I'm fueled by hate, nicotine, and caffeine.
What? Can we move that?
Mm.
Why is this thing
I
sticking
don't know
out?
what pie
Because you're
is. That paella? I've had squid. Squid is delicious.
The first time I knocked it down.
So Nick, is Jeremy at home now?
No, he's still in the hospital.
Is he still in the hospital?
Not really. Yeah, I just
What's
saw
he
a
in the
message
hospital
from him.
for?
So I can't really say too much
Okay.
until I get the okay from doing that. But what I can
Right.
tell you though is that he was working a few days ago and he had a really bad accident.
Okay.
That's pretty much all. I mean, in fact, already I may have already said a little bit too much about that already. So that's
Okay.
No, that's
well,
what
all I
as
can
long
get.
as he gets well.
Right. That's
As
what
long as
we
he
all
gets
know
well.
Yeah.
has been
Well, he
said
is-
and everything. And I know he's
Yeah.
had a couple
It
of
was a
surgeries.
huge-
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a huge scare for us because I was just talking with Jeremy the night before this all happened.
I think
So,
I found it Billy. It looks delicious.
Yeah, I mean, it scared us. And I mean, he's already gone through the operations. but he's got a long road to recovery. So it will be a while before it'll be a while before he comes back to work, before he gets back home, and especially coming back onto any of our shows.
Right.
Yeah, my sister had an accident at work too. She's fractured her spine and had to go in.
Oh, really?
Have surgery done. And the thing is the surgery is only a temporary solution. So
yeah,
they'll have to redo the surgery again in about 3 years. So, and she thought she was going to get instant relief. She didn't. So, not good. Trying to find all the pens Ron knocked down.
Oh, really?
Well,
yeah, I
have all this.
Millie, that looks delicious. Holy crap.
What's that?
No, my sister is not okay.
Yeah, Chantel, he does. He needs strength from all of us. Jeremy does.
Yeah.
The Spanish dish
Okay.
he was talking about, it's kind of like a seafood medley. It looks really good.
Oh, that piali or
yeah, I think if I got it right, this is what it is.
okay.
I'm sorry, Carl. They started talking food.
I know.
Well, and right now Cameron's distracted with taking pain medicine that makes him sleepy.
I'll be going to bed real quick after this.
So while we're getting Nick back, I'll tell you some of the topics that I came up with. So back to that topic. I'm changing my shows to have topics. So one of the topics that I am having is paranormal integrity. So that's going to be the first one, January 3rd. And I'm going to have David Glidden and Jim Mallard from the Duck Pond.
Right.
And this lady, that her name is Stephanie Smith. She works at the Haunted Shanley Hotel in Anchorage, Alaska. I think it's Anchorage. It might be Juneau, but I think it's Anchorage. And so they're going to be my 3 guests that night. The following week, my topic is religion and the importance of religion in paranormal with Richard Grund, the guy that we filmed The Deep Darkness with.
Right.
And I don't know if we're going to be able to talk about the movie or not and online. So we'll find out. And then the following week, I'm doing paratainment versus paranormal reality.
Oh, all right. Hold on. So what's the difference between paratainment and paranormal integrity? Because how I'm hearing it is, what I've seen is a lot of paranormal investigators that I have watched, they like to set up little tripwires, audio system. It's faked.
That is paratainment.
So what are you talking about with integrity?
Paratainment would be TV. Okay, so it's a whole different subject. So you have paratainment as paranormal TV versus paranormal reality. Yeah, I want to talk.
Paranormal reality is where we're out doing the real stuff.
How it really,
without any fake equipment, no strings, no wires, nothing that.
So,
we're the ones that tell you if nothing happened, nothing happened.
Right. We're not saying it's not haunted. We're just saying nothing happened. You know, it's like fishing.
It happens.
You sit there for 8 hours and you have nothing but, a tired ass from sitting there.
Yeah.
And you're probably a little drunk because you decided to drink.
I can't watch that reenactment crap.
Right.
That's just
No.
And not
Well,
all
the
of
problem
it.
I have with reenactments is they're so fluffed up.
And so paranormal integrity is people that are out there doing it and not faking it but not on TV. I mean, it could involve TV, but I want to know more. I mean, we have some groups here in Kansas City that have no integrity. They treat other teams like crap and a few other things. And that's another thing that we need to talk about,
So for all of our viewers, the reason why the reason Carl brought me here is because I'm the group skeptic.
Right.
I'm the one that will set up the fake stuff just to scare the crap out of somebody. I love horror.
Mhm.
He brought me in because he likes having a devil's advocate and wants to take me on a couple of adventures.
Right.
And if you see me run, it's you probably need to move too. So
Right. You just have to run faster than him, or put your foot out and trip him so you can run over
That's
him.
fine.
So
exactly.
Right.
and another topic
If
that I'm
you
going
run,
to be
you
having.
run. I mean, it happens.
So, like the 24th, I have on Katie and Katie Stafford.
Yeah, right.
Equipment, and we're going to be talking about what they've been working on and some things that we're going to be getting involved in together. And then after that, we're going to be talking about TV mediums versus mediums in reality. Things like that. So if you guys have any topics you would like to hear about, please let me know. And yes, they do have ghost adventures, and haunted programs are real and have people in it who face real paranormal problems. Ghost Adventures does it mostly for entertainment. They hardly ever help
They're not
people.
fixing nothing.
They're usually screwing the location up by leaving demons and shit in their wake. I was on Ghost Adventures and I know what they did. So
Whatever.
Yeah, I've seen Ron. I think you're seeing the same trend
Exactly.
I am.
Dover's got a real good Dover Paratech. How can you build a tool to detect the paranormal when you need a complete understanding of what it is you are trying to detect in the first place?
That was
I really like that question because I'm curious about the same thing.
That is one of the things that somebody asked me to have someone on to talk about was what are the new devices, how they work, and how can you guarantee they work?
Yeah, how do you know that that's how the spirits use it?
Right.
You don't.
You don't know any of it. We don't know dowsing rods. We don't know
Nick,
PSB7.
your mic is muted.
Sorry, guys. I was contacting StreamYard to see if I could try to get this connection issue taken care of. So I'm trying to fix the issue right now, but I'm still able to chat with you guys.
Oh, you're doing it's real good right now.
Yeah, talking about the equipment, if you don't take apart an Ovilus, you don't know that there's a mic in there.
Right.
It hears everything you say.
Ovilus is crap.
If you don't know,
a lot of the shows use it. They think it's junk.
Yeah, they believe in it and everything. Oh, look at this word. Well, what did you say? It's got 2,500 words built into it.
Yeah, and it picks demon every other sentence, every other thing. And
right.
And Dover, we used to be the tour guides at one of the most haunted houses in the state of Kansas, if not the United States, the Sally House. So nobody's going to tell me something I don't know about the Sally House and about dealing with a really dark entity. Ghost Adventures came in there. They interviewed me. I had been getting bruised, and it escalated to getting scratched every single time I went there.
Yep.
I had chairs thrown at me after they were there. I had my name called. I had all kinds of stuff happen there that wasn't happening before they showed up, but afterwards was. So I know that they didn't do anything good there. They went to McPike Mansion, which we are also volunteers at.
Which doesn't have
no demons,
demonic,
but they sat there and they told Sharon and George that they had demons in that house.
Yeah, that's
and they don't.
That's correct.
Right.
And we've been volunteering there for 13 years at this point.
It's haunted. I mean, there's a lot of activity there, but
and
they didn't help.
They didn't help them. I think they've helped. Ghost Adventures might have helped a few people, but 9 times out of 10, they just go to say, "Oh, it's haunted," and they go to places that people don't live. 9 times out of 10. Like I said,
okay, you're in a different country. You have no idea what is going on over here.
Oh,
obviously.
I mean, I'm not saying that they don't help people.
Right.
All I'm saying is it's very seldom.
It's not what you think they are.
And
it's all about
if you
Zach.
go to my Facebook page.
It's all about cash.
I have
and it's all about the money. Dover Paratech said it exactly right. It's all about the money.
Right. And our friend who used to work for Ghost Adventures quit.
All right,
Yeah.
hold on. You are more than entitled to disagree with us and everything like that. However, the drama and
Get your facts
escalation,
right.
the drama and escalation is going to need to stop. You do not have to continue. You can say your piece all you want, but keep it peaceful. We're here for conversation, not confrontation. That's one of the things that I say, and Carl says a lot of the Second Amendment ranch. However, I like to stir the pot quite a bit, and I'm getting a little tired of it, and I can tell Ron's getting a little tired of it. So please, calm down, listen to what they say, take it with a grain of salt, a little lime, and some margarita mix.
But Ghost Adventures is all about the money,
Yeah.
the ratings. That's
Exactly.
all it
That's
was
what it
ever
is.
about. You
We're
know,
not,
they
we're
go
not
in.
saying they're bad.
They go in and taunt.
We met them.
They go
We
in and
love
taunt
them.
the spirits.
Yeah,
We got along fine with them. They're great guys.
yeah, they are. We had a really good time.
But-
and I'll tell you, Zach,
They're not.
he's a type A personality. His name goes on everything. He has to have it be a certain way to get it out there. And I don't disagree with that at all. It's paratainment. That's what it is. And, you know, it was his idea to do selfies with me and my kid. It wasn't mine. I could care less. He puts his phone on like I do.
Right.
I don't wear high heels and he does. There's a whole different ball game there. But like I said, he treated me with respect. I thought he treated me very nicely. He treated my friends Sharon and George. The production crew treated Sharon and George really good. Zach treated him. He was an asshole to them. And so everybody has their own opinions. But my opinion of Zach is he's a type A personality. He does what he has to do to get it put out there. And he was very nice to me. And he was very nice to everybody that was involved that we were involved with.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yes, Dover, we are on several different streaming platforms. And Irene, I completely agree with you. But that's why I say we believe in conversation, not confrontation. Instead of saying I don't agree or whatever or whatever.
Yeah.
List facts,
that's
evidence, bring your discussion. And let's bounce ideas off each other.
Well, that's how liberals argue. Sorry.
But
That's how they
Irene
argue.
said it right. Everyone has their own opinion and allowed
That's
to
right.
speak their opinions. That's correct.
Yeah, I will not argue that point at all. That is
No.
what
that's our free
that's one of
speech.
that's one thing we greatly believe in the Bill of Rights Network. And
Is
I will
we
never-
can agree to disagree.
Yeah, exactly. We can
And we
agree to
have.
disagree, but we
Yeah.
have to. You have to have conversation to have a disagreement instead of just a confrontation.
Whatever.
My boss's boss is the same way.
We didn't say you were, Millie.
That's childish.
We did not. We
He-
did
he-
not say that.
He likes to say you're wrong. It's not like this, and then when I disprove him, he's just out there.
Yeah, I think he has to make money, but it's different in reality. You're right, Irene, and that's just
true.
what Zach was all about on Ghost Adventures.
Right.
And that's why
You
he
know.
opened a museum that charges $40 per person to go in. You veterans get a discount of $2. So,
Oh, wow.
woohoo! And you get to pay to park on top of that.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's only for an hour, hour and a half, and
I
you're
wouldn't
not
go for
allowed to
free.
take pictures while you're in there. So
I'm skeptical. I'm not. I try not to be cynical.
there is a difference.
But
The thing is, Cameron, the more you do this, I mean, the more you see stuff you can't explain. I mean, it's
right,
Yeah.
and,
After a while,
and I'm
you-
sure after some
you know there are spirits out there.
at some
it's
point in
just
time
a
when I
fact.
do get the availability to do an investigation, I would
Right.
like to do one. But that's the reason I still set on the skeptical side of the conversations. And even still, I've had my one experience that I've talked about on the show. And beyond that, I mean, it was just a bad feeling to me.
So when you heard my topics, what do you think of those?
I think they're going to be very
I
beneficial.
think that's going to be real interesting on your show.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm getting 2 or 3 people each time to discuss. When I do the
Where'd that go?
real, he's still having connection issues.
Connection issues.
So when it comes right down to it, like with the medium one, it's going to be Vanessa Hogel and Kat Gash. and I'm trying to get Chuck Banks, to get a male perspective, because male mediums they're not rare, but they're less likely to discuss it openly.
I can understand that. And before Carl jumped over me, I think I agree. It'll be extremely beneficial, especially to people like me that are coming in and skeptical and trying to learn the differences of what you're saying and explaining that there are differences between entertaining somebody and having gimmicks and gags and pulling strings and stuff like that. And then the reality side of it where we go out and nothing happened. And that's what we're saying. We're not saying it's not haunted, but just nothing happened for us.
Right.
And then going and showing real life, holy crap, this place is legitimately haunted. Get me the hell out of here kind of situations.
Right.
Showing them the different styles of investigations, the different interactions that you have, and showing the healthy side of it instead of just getting people to believe with strings and wires and all this. They get to see for themselves and make the assessment that, holy shit, yep, that's real.
I like Dover Paratech's comment. I'm very skeptical about the methods used in collecting so-called evidence. I agree. I think that that's part of the paranormal integrity and the paratainment, because of the fact with paranormal integrity, if you listen to some of the EVPs that you hear on TV, sometimes it sounds like a member of the team whispering. One of the EVPs they got, Ghost Adventures got at McPike Mansion. This is very strange. We were out there in we were with Nick.
Yeah.
We went out to out there in Illinois, okay, to
Egyptian Theater,
the Ashmore Estates. We went to the paranormal conference and we went out to Ashmore. That was when they were there filming at McPike. So yes, we were in Illinois, but we weren't that close to McPike. But one of the EVPs they got sounded like me.
Oh yeah.
Ron heard it on TV and said that sounds like Denise.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's unusual. But there have been times where we have heard EVPs on Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, and with what is that other one? Kindred Spirits, and it sounds like one of the team.
Yeah.
That's there. Or they're saying, "Oh, it's just us here." Well, then you're going, then who's carrying the camera? And you hear footsteps, and it could possibly be the person that's carrying the camera behind them.
They have a lot on their camera crew.
And Ghost Adventures has a lot.
There is a bunch.
There's not just the 4 of them. There's like 25 people with their team when we were there. But
what about Ghost Nation? Have
Ghost
you heard
Nation?
of that? Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, that's you have. It's Jason.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jason, Steve, Dave.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, I like them. But they've also had some stuff that's been questionable. On the very last Ghost Hunters that they did, one of the doors shut and they were like, and walked away. They didn't check it out. I was like, why didn't you check this out? So yeah, there is, I think that it's weird.
I mean, I'd be in the same position on my first investigation because I'm walking away to go and change my shorts.
Oh, see,
but if you've been doing this regularly for years and a door slams, it's like, let's go figure out why that slammed.
Right, exactly.
Right. They didn't. They just like,
Yeah, and the thing is people called me on it. Okay, then another piece of evidence that really to this day still irritated me was the hologram in Ghosts of Morgan City. Okay, if this was real, it had to be a hologram because of the fact.
KD about that one.
I'm never going to ask him about it. But one of the things that I've got to say is, if it had really happened in Captain Caviar's house, that this ghost had walked by and they got a full body apparition, it would have been on every single news channel. It had been everywhere. And as soon as it happened, it was never talked about again.
Right.
Never. So
Right.
you know that it was set up by production crew, and I don't think Ben Hansen.
Yeah, they did.
And
All
I
them guys,
don't
they
think
didn't know.
any of them knew. I think
No.
the production crew knew, and that's why it's never come up again. Because Carl, I talked about that.
I know you did. I
You're
know.
muted again.
Yeah.
And the first thing I told Ron is, that's not what they look like. That was the first thing I said. That's not what a full body apparition looks like. And he goes, how do you know? And I just gave him the look like.
I don't know if I like or dislike Dover so far. If that's sarcasm, I love him. If it's
sarcasm,
I like him.
So
it's sarcasm.
Dover
We
Parentech,
can get along.
Where are you at? Oh.
Oh, Millie doesn't
I'm
agree
sorry,
again.
Millie.
Oh,
Bye, Millie.
Agree
Sorry.
again. What a shocker.
But
I didn't
Don't
see
get
that one
upset,
coming.
Millie. We don't mean to upset you.
no, we're just talking. And I'm sorry. Okay, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, so
Truth and
I
facts
know
suck.
where,
I know.
I know where Dover is.
Let's believe what you want to believe.
I didn't know if it was Dover, Pennsylvania, or Dover,
Hi, Barbara.
Dover, Delaware. Hi, Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
Carl, I behaved as well as I could for that situation.
You did.
Yeah, I've seen full body
Yeah, we have
apparitions.
I've seen full body apparitions.
Yeah.
I see them
Did
all
I
the
catch
time.
it on camera? No.
No.
I've never caught it on camera.
I
And-
seen
Neither
it with
did
my
they.
own eyes.
And like I said, when I saw that, it's like,
Yeah.
why wasn't there any news coverage of this? I mean,
As
because
soon as she saw it the first time, Denise goes, "That's a hologram." And I'm like, "Let's watch it again." Of course, they showed it, but
yeah,
it's like, yeah. The more I look at it, it does look like a hologram.
yeah, there's a lot of junk paranormal teams, and that
There
was the other
is.
thing. Another thing I had. One of my topics was how to pick team members for your paranormal team. That was another one of the things that.
Yeah, Carl, why did you pick me for your paranormal investigative team?
Well, he likes
Because
me.
you're a
That's why I like him.
skeptic.
I thought
I
it was
like
because I told you what I would do. If
I'm
you
a
ever decided to
skeptic.
Bring me.
Still, I mean, you know,
Well, the first time Carl told me, I told him I'm bringing a gun.
You
So
guys
that's-
have a contact email? I don't do Facebook.
No,
Carl,
neither.
type in paranormalprideradio@gmail.com.
Dover, do you have a StreamYard? Or not StreamYard,
Let
Discord?
me go to the
oh,
YouTube.
that's me.
Yeah. Contact me on this email and
What was it again, Denise?
paranormalprideradio@gmail.com.
All right. Dover, I'm going to give you my Discord link. Carl is in it. So if you ever need to get a hold of Carl, you can find him there as well.
Right. Paranormalpride@gmail.com, right?
Paranormal Pride Radio.
Radio. Okay, let me get radio in there.
Please do, because if any of these topics that we've talked about is interesting to you, please let me know. Like I said, I'm trying to change the radio show up from just interviewing people to actually getting some information out there and getting people to know more about what is out there. Educate me. If you think that I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. Give me the facts.
Arg.
Arr.
Right? And
No, I'm serious. Tell me why I'm wrong. Teach
No,
me.
Dover, if you'd like to be on our show sometime, in that Discord, send a
That's how they
message
argue.
to me, and I can send you the StreamYard link, and you can get on here.
See, I love Discord, especially when I control it.
Yeah.
Because if I have on
What is Discord?
Discord, think of Teams. Have you ever heard of TeamSpeak?
No, I use Teams.
Okay, Dover.
It's like StreamYard, but instead of going live to everywhere, it's for like we could have the same conversation. It's internal, mostly voice. It does have video. It's got a lot of different channels you can set up for photos, general chat. You can lay it out however you want. Since you've never dealt with it, Carl, do you mind if I show it real quick?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go right
Okay.
ahead.
I've heard
Everybody
of it.
watch. This will be our Discord where you can contact us.
Okay. So as far as my Discord goes, thankfully, Luke and Larson actually helped me revamp it a lot. A basic one has only a couple things to start off with. It usually has a general, a welcome, and a voice chat. You have to set up more. I've set up different ranks for people. If they want to go into certain channels, they have to have the right approval from me or Carl saying, yes, you can get access to this. Now, I have it set up for the Second Amendment Ranch, so y'all that don't like guns and everything, don't get offended. This is for me and my show. I am just showing them how it works.
Then there's Bill of Rights over there underneath yours too.
So he has, where is...
It's go up. There.
And he has the Bill of Rights set up as well. So if you want to get a hold of the general... Actually, let me go ahead and send y'all this invite as well. Because this is actually Carl's Discord.
Yeah.
So there's that link for y'all. And he has the welcome chat for everybody that's coming in, a general discussion, polls for anything he wants to vote on, announcements that we need to make with the network. We have show requests, the StreamYard link. He has the world record posted in here. You have your general voice chat, then you have a chat for me and Carl and any of the other hosts.
Right.
And same down here. So there are locked chats that you will not have access to.
And see, we can also share this StreamYard, what we're on looking at in the chat room and everything we see here, we can share over on Discord where they can see it.
Yeah. This is exactly the same thing I do every single day. I love Discord. I've got all my chats that I have access to. And then I have Carl's over here, and then I have mine down here. So if I ever need to change out and go and find something, it's right there.
Dover Paratech, besides the Paranormal Nation radio show over on the Bill of Rights Network that I'm the founder of, Cameron and myself have a show over there, the Second Amendment Ranch. And you can catch us Friday nights at 6 p.m.
Talking about my personal favorite things.
And you'll catch us on the Born TV YouTube channel where you're watching from right now.
So Dover, make sure you do reach out to both me and Carl, and
We'd love to have you on the shows.
Yeah, I think, and see, mine's on a different network, so it gets a whole different group of people, and then I'm on this network, which is another group of people, and so far the only ones in common for me is my cousin.
Right. And Denise's show, running across the bottom of the screen, there is every Monday night on WBH. Yeah,
WBHM.
Nick is helping out.
DB.com.
Yeah.
Birmingham.
WB. There's the boss.
So,
but you can catch Denise's show there on Monday night.
WBHM-DB.com out of Birmingham, Alabama, every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central. And that's the one I got memorized. I say it, every in and out of the show. Here I am, I'm leaving. I do my station identification every 15 minutes like I'm supposed to. So
okay, Dover, thank you. But what else you want to talk about, Nick?
Off of mute anyway.
He's muted.
He heard a dog bark. He's gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick, I was a.
Can't hear you.
Maybe he can't hear us either.
Can you hear us? Yeah, we can't hear you. Check your camera mic setting.
Yeah, because it's not a StreamYard mic. I can see it this time. I have to be careful about what I write about W.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Weapons? Water?
Oh, yeah, weapons. I'll bet she does. She's in Japan.
Happens in
yes.
We completely understand your situation.
Yeah.
Yes, Irene, we understand. That's no problem.
I've done several topics on foreign countries and their gun laws, and the UK and Japan, China. Yeah, those were some rough ones to do. The Falkland Islands was funny as hell to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Hey, Dover, at least that's one thing. At least when Nick's lips are moving, he's not lying.
That's right.
So with some of our peers right now, their lips are moving, they're lying.
I mean, that's why I only show a portion of certain things, because YouTube really doesn't like me.
Hey. I
And
don't care.
Facebook.
I
At
got
least hear something from
Yeah,
Nick.
they don't like that's the truth. That's for
our
sure.
Born TV
And
was
come to-
in YouTube jail for 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, and now it's finally been paroled out.
Oh, okay.
So
They got some pretty strong spirits over there in Tokyo.
yeah, they do.
Yes, I know. My
It's not
grandson's
the
named
laws;
after
it's the
Pink
spirits
Floyd.
will come out and kill people. Ooh.
How can you eat your don't have your meat?
Tis. Yep. That was a Pink Floyd reference.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a crazy.
If
It's
you-
one of the best light shows I ever saw. Pink Floyd.
That reminds me, they were talking to Ozzy today about Christmas. Do you know he hates Christmas?
No.
She's got a suicide condo.
Yeah, that's what she said.
we heard. Yeah, she talked
Yeah.
about that a few weeks ago.
Yep, we did. Actually, I seen pictures of it. I think I got her on Facebook.
Yeah.
She finally printed me and
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
stuff, and beautiful place.
I'm sorry, I'm working at the same time that we're doing this.
That's
so if
all
I look
right.
distracted. I run.
You are.
I am distracted because I run scripts for a living, and the end of the year is coming, and everybody wants everything done by the end of the year. And
Oh.
The year's coming
I'm
fast.
the person that does that stuff. Only one. I'm the only one. So, Nick, can we hear you yet?
Speak.
You're a mean one,
Speak, Nick.
Mr. Grinch.
Nick.
Nick.
Okay. Well, then
No, he done.
we'll just continue again
Oh.
right now.
Beautiful on the outside
yeah,
and
it's actually
brightening
good.
on the inside. Wow. Yeah, Crystal, it's been fun stuff here tonight.
So,
Oh, it has. I found a pot.
okay, go ahead, Dover. We'll take your can of worms and
No,
we'll
go
make it
right
into
ahead,
something-
Dover.
Make it into mashed potatoes.
Ooh,
Yeah, Ira,
do
you
it.
can't hear Nick.
Do it. Do it.
That's no fun. Millie's gone.
Oh,
She may still be listening.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
Oh,
Crystal.
well.
Merry Christmas, Crystal.
I have audio, but all of you are frozen.
I'm froze.
What are
Cameron's
your
froze.
Paranormal Unity.
You're
Well,
looking at, well, right here,
That is a can of worms.
yeah.
right
People
here
talk
is a
about it, but
paranormal
nobody
unity
does
right
anything.
here.
Well,
See, I thought he was opening a can of worms for me to jump into,
No.
but
So-
yeah, this is y'all.
I have to say there are some areas where there is paranormal unity, and in others there is none. It
Yeah,
just
how long we've
depends.
been with.
We've lucked out. We have been mostly with teams that want to see everybody succeed.
Right.
We have been with people
Irene.
who were
That sucks.
out for themselves, and again, that's part of the paranormal integrity one.
Well, that's a part of everything. That's
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's just not.
it's just like with your company. If you have a team that everybody but one person is working for everybody to make everything great, then you have this one person that's taking credit for everything you do, which I still have that.
even
And
in
I
the
came back and doing
Oh,
that
he's
shit
biting
again.
you even harder.
you have that even in the veteran community. One of the places that I thought camaraderie would be the greatest thing ever. You still have people that are just monsters. that's unity is among the people
Please.
who want to unite.
Yeah,
That's no problem, Dover. We'd love to have you on and discuss that
yeah.
because
Parent, you need to listen.
Yeah, I'll have to get you in next. You got a show next week, Carl?
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll try and get him in next week.
Well, it's kind of
I
hard
will.
during Christmas season too. But
Well,
one of the
there's
things
not enough time.
have you heard, Carl, have you heard the commercial that Kat plays on my network about that Frank did on Paranormal Unity?
I heard a little bit of it. I
It
didn't
talks
catch
about
all of it.
everybody wearing their black T-shirts and getting this latest. Oh God, it's great. So
Gangster pose.
Frank Lee does the best commercial
Oh,
about
that's funny.
paranormal non-unity.
Right, non-unity.
So
Yeah.
like I said,
That is good.
there are teams out there that are really good at including everyone and hoping everybody does great. And then there's other people out there that are out for number one. And
Yeah.
while they're out for number one, we're watching for their number two to fall out.
There's a lot of us that try to keep para-unity alive with different brands and different teams and everything like that. Now, everybody's not going to get along with everybody.
I can see the groups that monetize early breaking away from that unity because they're not going to want to finance somebody. Well, this is our show. We made the money. Why should we help you out? Well, we're part of your network, and we've talked about unity for a long time. We're not asking for thousands upon thousands of dollars. We're just asking you, throw us a new cam, a new mic, some new equipment every now and again. Give us a couple donations so that way we can continue to grow with you. And there's a lot of people that are just greedy as hell like that. Mm-hmm. One of the issues me and Carl are running into is we're trying to find a way to sue YouTube. And one of the first things I told him is I want to break the money we get and give a little bit to everybody on the Bill of Rights Network.
Right.
Like it might not be enough. I want to split it. I told him I want to split it in half, keep half for funding for the network as a whole, donations, events, stuff like that. And then I want to give everybody a little bit out of whatever we win because this still affects them even slightly, but they're a part of the network. Whereas you have networks out there, and I've been a part of a few of them, that if you start talking about sponsorships, donations, getting new equipment, anything like that, somebody's jumping down your throat and trying to find out quickly how they can get their hands in the basket to better themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Well, if depending on how this works out, I'm going to help you out, but with you jumping at me like this, what makes you think I want to help you now? Because you've shown me you're being greedy.
Right. And that's the same sort of thing when we talk about paranormal unity. Let's go with a whole bunch of people went to the Paranormal Unity con out in Vegas, and guess what? They got conned.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, truly conned.
Yeah.
And,
there is always somebody out there that's going to take advantage of anybody they can.
You know what they charge to get into that thing?
Per day.
What'd they charge?
$60.
Really?
Yeah.
And then they didn't have very many people show up.
Wow.
And they're going.
Well, that's why.
Part of the reason. Well, there's so much to do in Vegas.
Holy cow! $60 to go in for.
And you got to spend $7. It was like $7 for the first 2 hours to park, and then it goes. It's like
hang out with a bunch of assholes that think they know everything.
$30 a day.
Sign me up.
Well, I mean, Ron, you can just call me up. I'll hang out with you for free.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, $60. I don't care for Paracons anyway, but actually the best one we went to was the one up here in Iowa back in the summer. That was, I don't know, it just had a different vibe to it. Everybody was all in a good mood.
Hey, Irene.
All these other Paracons, everybody's just pissed off and bitter, and
that's what you get out of it. This team's fighting that team, and this team's fighting that team.
And you can see it.
Irene, I heard about the dinner, and they canceled that in advance, and they are supposed to be giving the people back their money.
Oh, really?
But MGM threw a wrench in it at some point. I think what they did is their prices increased, and they couldn't afford it, and they weren't going to make enough money off of it to account for it. Plus, a lot of the celebrities wanted to go do other things. I'd heard. Josh Gates ended up down at the Jason Aldean concert with my kid. My daughter was there. So that was part of it. But the thing is there some of those
she
people
didn't go with him.
No, she didn't go with him. But the thing is I just don't think that they should have had it on the Strip. There were other places they could have had it where they could have had it less expensive and maybe covered it. They covered some people's plane tickets, but didn't cover their hotel rooms. The lady I had on last night said her hotel room cost her about $1,000 for 4 days.
So Dover, if I'm reading this correctly, you're basically having Paranormal Unity under whether they're being accurate or
Faking.
fluffing stuff up for entertainment.
Yes.
And actively unifying to call somebody out on their BS.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
He's talking about unity as in we're not only are we getting along, we are sharing information, we are wanting the best for everybody.
Networking.
Yeah.
Right.
It is networking, but it's also not shitting on that other person. That
not unless they deserve it.
Right.
I'd love to, Irene, but I don't think I'm gonna make it to Japan.
I'd like to go over there.
Oh, I would too.
I would love to visit Japan at least once
Are we
in my
allowed to fly
lifetime.
to Japan yet?
But money is
put us in an
issues.
internment camp when we get there.
I was watching some Japan racing the other night.
I would want to go to old school Japan, your traditions, your history.
Right.
Tokyo, Japan, giant super city with all this wonky. I'm not a city boy by any means, and it's a huge city like that.
I don't want to see Times Square on steroids.
No, it's not for me. I want to go and learn about your history. History is
just here, isn't it?
It's the biggest thing that anybody should be able to learn from.
Back in the day, I wanted to go to Okinawa.
There is no downside to learning history from either side. Being it Japan, Germany, Russia, Ireland, Scotland, if you learn any history, study it all because you can learn from pros and cons, do's and don'ts, and anything like that. I love to tell people on my show, read a history book. And if you can't find something in that book that doesn't piss you off, you're reading the wrong book.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we got about 3 minutes left in our time frame here.
We had a few guys in my shop that were stationed over in Japan, and they loved it. I almost put in for Japan, but the only thing is, at that time it was 1 year remote.
Right.
And I'm like,
I would love to.
Cheryl, yeah.
So, Chantel, actually, they're coming to find out that the radiation surrounding Chernobyl is decreasing because of a fungus that is eating the radiation over there. There are people that can go and investigate Chernobyl at this time. They've actually been doing it for several years now, but they are put on specific time constraints, and there are certain areas that by any means you are not allowed. So you can tour Chernobyl, but you can't do a full investigation yet.
No.
It's got Russian secrets, everything like that. Plus, there is still a good risk for radiation poisoning and everything like that. But they've been discovering that it is fading out faster than they had predicted.
Yep. Yeah, I stumbled across a video. Is this woman? She's on a motorcycle. And she goes in further and further, to get as close as she could. She had a little, a Geiger counter with her. It was pretty neat, the picture she was getting. I mean,
right.
There's people living there.
Right.
She didn't show that. But
yeah, there are people that are living out.
She was just showing the different, what it looked like before and what she's seeing now. It was really interesting.
Oh, Chantel, I completely agree with you on that. To the earth, we're a virus, we're a disease. We take and corrupt the atmosphere, corrupt the earth, and we're tearing things apart. So eventually it's going to find a way to balance us out.
Yep.
Right.
The earth is a living organism in itself.
Okay, we got about a minute left on here.
I know that's another
this
rabbit
time
hole
has
I can't
went
jump
by
down.
real quick talking about everything. I want to thank Nick for showing up again and everything. Denise, tell everybody where they can find your show again.
Okay, you guys can find me every Monday night, not this Monday, but starting on January 3rd, every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central on WBHM-DB.com. And if you have some topics, send them to that email that we gave you out there, and I will respond and figure out how to do the show. Merry Christmas, too.
Yeah. Again, check out Things Networks. We have a great bunch of shows on there. I think the last count we had was 19 different shows on that network now. So check
We
that
got about
out.
3 a.m. for Chantel. Ooh,
Yeah.
pretty.
And then also check out the Bill of Rights Network over there. We have a lot of shows over there. Second Amendment Ranch, Paranormal Nation Radio, Vincent's Voice, some more coming on. As soon as I get over this cough. But,
Carl took away my plug because he knows I want to go on a rant.
I know. So anyway, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy Christmas, and a safe Christmas this year.
Don't drink and drive.
Exactly.
Just drink it home before everybody stops you.
Right.
Just get drunk and your family doesn't even know you're there.
So everybody in the chat room, again, thank you for coming in. We'll be back here same time next week. So good night, everybody. I'm Carl.
I'm Cameron.
Denise and Ron.
Good night, everybody.
And that's Nick.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody in chat.